So, a networking call and a sales call are not the same thing. Hi, y'all. Thanks so much for joining me. If you're joining on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, on YouTube, thank you so much for joining me. And in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to be sharing with you the difference between a networking call or meeting and with a sales call or a meeting here on Instagram. Mrs. Shari, thanks so much. Oh, thanks so much for joining me. Talking about the difference between a networking call and a sales call. I'm Dr. P, y'all. I am a strategic business coach and I work specifically with micro business owners, helping them to scale their businesses by learning strategies to improve their goals, their processes, and operations. My company is a woman certified business here in Texas and also nationally. So I really wanted to talk about this topic about the difference between a networking call and a sales call. Because as business owners, we have days when we have several calls that we have to make to several different people, right? We talk to other business owners, we talk to vendors, we talk to partners, prospective clients. But the thing is, those calls should not be the same type of call. They should be different calls. Why? Because the purpose of those calls are different. That's why they have to be different calls, right? However, many business owners, especially new business owners, are not aware of the differences. So in this video today, I wanted to share the difference between a networking call and a sales call. So for me, I meet several different business owners every day. Some of them are through connections that they initiate, like on LinkedIn or Alignable or at some event that I attend. But regardless of where I meet business owners, there's a reaction that I can get from some of them. And it doesn't matter what their age is, what their gender identification is, the type of business, ethnicity, or age of their business, right? The reaction is this: inviting them to have a networking call with me and then them immediately saying, no, I don't want your services. And I can be honest, the first few times that happened to me, I got offended. I was like, what the hell? I wasn't selling you anything. I just wanted to have a networking call with you to learn about your business. So what I realized, like after the fourth or fifth time, is that there was a misunderstanding. And this is how I tested it out. So like I said, after the fourth or fifth time of being told, no, I don't want your services, when I invited someone to a networking call, here's something I tried. After getting that rejection, I simply said, I was inviting you to a networking call, not a sales call. And then I explained the purpose of the networking call with them. And to be honest, I wasn't really expecting to get a response from that business owner, right? But then an interesting thing happened. The first person I tried this with, they actually responded and they thanked me for providing the explanation of the difference between a networking call and a sales call. And they said to me that the reason for their initial response was because they were being bombarded by so many, sales calls. So they thought that by me saying, hey, I want to invite you to a networking call, they thought that was my underhanded way of inviting them to a sales call. But when I provided the explanation of the difference and the reason why I wanted to speak with them, they were so happy that I provided that explanation, sorry. And to be honest, when we scheduled our call, and it was such a productive networking call. So of course, I tried it again the next time, following after that, when I got that initial, no, I don't want to buy your services. And it has been successful for me. And I really wanted to share that with others so you too can try this out. And I even used it up to today, but I'm still waiting on a response from this person. Not even sure if they're going to respond, right? So I really wanted to share with others this topic today of the difference between a sales call and a networking call. Just want to say hi to Rodney Jenkins on Instagram. Thanks for joining. And you're right on time to hear this difference between a networking call and a sales call. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, as business owners, we engage in so many different types of phone calls, right? And the purpose of those phone calls should be different because we have different outcomes for each one of those calls. So networking calls and sales calls are among the two most popular calls that we do as business owners. So that's why knowing the difference can help us out so much when we're doing these calls. So let's start first with the networking call. So a networking call, this is a call between professionals. And in this call, you're hoping to receive useful information about potential opportunities. These calls are typically one-on-one, and you both share in depth what your businesses are, why you started your business, who is your target audience, and what you're looking for in a referral partner. This is a networking call. The opportunities that come up in those type of phone calls can include learning about relevant trainings, being connected to other professionals, and I know this part for a fact, it can also lead to partnerships. Why? Because the focus of that call is on our businesses and then how we could collaborate with each other. So that's why the networking calls can be so powerful, right? That's one of the reasons. So that's a networking call. A sales call, on the other hand, this is typically a call between a sales representative and a potential client or customer. So if you're the only employee in your business, I know there are going to be times when you have to wear the sales rep hat. That's fine because you're the only employee right now in your business. So as the sales rep, your role in that call is to inform the potential client or customer about your products or services that you have in your business with the aim of overcoming objections and closing the sale before ending the call, right? That's the purpose of the sales call. There are times when we do have sales calls and we may not close the call in that initial call, but we do close the call in a follow-up call, right? So we do get the sale in a follow-up call. But the thing is, in a sales call, the purpose is to be sharing about products or services with the outcome of that potential client or customer purchasing what you have to offer in your business. So you're seeing the difference between a sales call and a networking call. Their purposes are different. Their outcomes are different. So before you start a sales call with a potential client or customer, also know which type of sales call you're going to be making, because within sales calls, there are also different kinds of sales calls. But we're not going to go into that in detail in this video because that's not the purpose of this video. Just wanted to really give an overview of the difference between a sales call and a networking call. Regardless of if you're making the networking call or a sales call, here's the thing. You have to be prepared for your call because you have to know what your outcome is. You can't just pick up the phone and wing it. We're business owners. You have to prepare yourself for that call. Do some research on the person that you're going to be meeting with, especially if it's a networking call. Visit their website, go on their social media pages, make a list of the questions that you want to ask them during that call. And here's what I want to leave you with. I know that I don't like being invited to a networking call and then signing on to that call, especially if it's a virtual one, signing on to that call and then being presented with a slide deck for a potential sales presentation from a person. That does not go down well with me at all. And I can tell you this, I've actually stopped people and reminded them that, hey, I signed up to be in a networking call with you, not a sales call. There have been times wherein the individual was able to shift and we had a really productive networking call. And then there were other times that they got offended and we ended the call. No love lost as far as I'm concerned, because I'm all about really receiving what I expected to get. And if I expected to get a networking call, I should be getting that. If you told me we were having a sales call, that's what I should be getting. But it shouldn't be that I'm being invited to one thing and then being switched into something else. We don't have any time to waste in our businesses, and we want to make sure we're being productive and efficient with our time. So the next time somebody invites you to participate in a networking call, now you know the difference between a networking call and a sales call. Thank y'all so very much for joining me. I'm Dr. P, the CEO and founder of Priscilla Kuser Consulting Solutions. Remember that solutions plus actions equals results. Enjoy the rest of your day, y'all. Bye.